Society treats attractive people differently than unattractive people. This isn't opinion. This is scientific fact. And the psychological effects of being perceived as unattractive shape of behavior, personality, and life outcomes in ways most people never talk about. There are 4 major psychological patterns that develop when someone is consistently treated as less attractive. Understanding them changes how you see yourself and others. Pattern number 1, they develop exceptional skills to compensate. When you're attractive, people give you attention automatically. Doors open. People are patient with you. They forgive your mistakes. But when you're not attractive, you learn early that attention must be earned. There's a concept in psychology called compensation theory. When people lack one form of social currency, they develop another. If you can't rely on looks, you develop personality, humor, intelligence, or talent. Think about it. Many of the funniest comedians aren't conventionally attractive. Many of the most successful entrepreneurs aren't either. They couldn't rely on appearance, so they built skills that actually matter. There's research by psychologist Daniel Hammermesh on the beauty premium. Attractive people earn more money, get promoted faster, and are perceived as more competent even when they're not. But here's the flip side. Because unattractive people don't get these automatic advantages, they have to work harder, and that often makes them more competent in reality. They can't charm their way through. They can't coast on looks. They have to deliver actual value. This creates a paradox. The people society undervalues often develop the most valuable skills. If you've been treated as unattractive, you've probably developed depth that attractive people never needed to build. That's not consolation, that's competitive advantage. Pattern number 2, they become hyper-aware of social dynamics. When you're attractive, you don't have to think about how people perceive you. People like you by default. Social situations are easy. But when you're unattractive, you learn to read every micro-expression, every tone shift, every subtle signal that shows how people really feel about you. There's research on something called stigma consciousness. People who belong to devalued groups become highly attuned to social cues. They have to be. Their social survival depends on it. This creates exceptional social intelligence. Not the kind that makes you popular, the kind that makes you perceptive. You notice things attractive people miss. You see when someone is faking interest. You catch the subtle dismissal in their tone. You understand power dynamics intuitively because you've been on the losing end of them. Think about it. Attractive people often have terrible judgment about who's genuine. Why? Because everyone is nice to them. They can't tell the difference between real kindness and strategic friendliness. But unattractive people develop that radar early. They know exactly who respects them and who's tolerating them. This awareness can be painful, but it's also powerful. You see reality clearly. You're not fooled by surface-level charm. You judge people by their actions, not their words. That's a skill attractive people often never develop. Pattern number 3, they build authentic relationships. Here's something nobody talks about. Being attractive is lonely. Why? Because you never know if people like you or for how you look. Every friendship has a question mark. Every romantic interest has an asterisk. But when you're unattractive, that question is answered. People who are in your life chose to be there despite the lack of superficial attraction. That means something. There's research by psychologist Harry Rees on relationship quality. Deep, authentic relationships are built on mutual vulnerability and genuine appreciation, not on physical attraction. Attractive people often struggle to build these relationships. They're surrounded by people, but those people are often there for the wrong reasons. Attraction, status, proximity to beauty. But unattractive people filter out the superficial from the start. If someone becomes your friend, it's because they value who you are. If someone loves you, it's because they see beyond the surface. That creates relationships with a foundation that beauty-based relationships often lack. Think about it. How many attractive people do you know who are surrounded by people but deeply lonely? How many lost everything when their looks faded? But people who built their relationships on substance, those relationships last. Being unattractive forces authenticity, and authenticity creates connection that beauty never can. Pattern number 4, they develop internal validation. Attractive people get constant external validation. Compliments, attention, approval. Their self-worth is reinforced by the world around them. But that's a trap. Because external validation is unstable, It depends on other people's opinions. It fluctuates with age, trends, and circumstances. And when it goes away, and it always goes away eventually, there's nothing underneath. People who are unattractive don't have that luxury. They can't rely on the world to tell them they're valuable. So they have two choices: collapse under the weight of rejection or build internal validation. The ones who survive develop something powerful: self-worth that doesn't depend on other people's approval. There's a concept in psychology called locus of evaluation. External locus means you need others to tell you you're good. Internal locus means you decide your own worth. Attractive people often have external locus. Their confidence is borrowed from how others see them. When the mirror changes, their confidence shatters. But people who never had external validation build their worth differently. They base it on their values, their effort, their growth, things they control. This makes them psychologically resilient in ways attractive people often aren't. Think about what happens when an attractive person ages or gains weight or loses their looks in some way. Many of them fall apart. Why? Because their entire identity was built on something temporary. But people who built their identity on who they are, rather than how they look, they're stable, they're grounded.